Morning, everyone. I'm Marg from Creative Stamping with Marg. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. I'm here today to make a fun fold card with you. It was one that I did in one of my classes, and I thought I'd show you guys how to do it using some new products, and I'm also digging into the last chance things. So I have lots of news from Stampin' Up! Let's go down to my desk. I will say that I am suffering from a sinus issue right now. It is spring in Alberta, and I guess that's what's got me plugged up a little bit, so I will apologize ahead of time for my voice. I do have a hot cup of tea here, I have water and a lozenge, so hopefully I'll be all right. Okay, the news from Stampin' Up! First off, always I show you the catalog. This is our new catalog, May to August. If you live in Canada and you don't have a demonstrator and you would like a paper copy of this to have in your hand, I do have them. So you can contact me either through my email, mrgorn@shaw.ca, or my Stampin' Up! Website, margaretgorn.stampinup.net. Okay. The paper pumpkin, this would be the last day to subscribe for the June Bikes and Blooms paper pumpkin kit. Makes 9 cards, each of 3 designs, and I'm not certain that this die set, add-on dies, Wonderful Scenes, is still available. Saw somebody searching for it the other day, so I wondered if it wasn't available anymore. Anyway, they both are online to subscribe to, and once you subscribe, you can purchase these dies. Okay, and then next week I will have a new bunch of paper pumpkin kits to show you. Okay, the Scenic Coast craft class is going on June 18th. They will be using the Scenic Coast suite products. What you do is you purchase this class. The number is here, 171476. It is $41. It will be a private Facebook page that you are invited to join. Once you have paid for this, this class belongs to you. You have access to it forever online. Okay, so if you couldn't watch it on June 18th at 2 p.m., that's okay. You have this class. All right, so that's coming up June 18th. The product of the month, the Berry Botanical Vellum, is still available. That was the product of the month for May, and I have mine here, which I will share with you. It is gorgeous vellum, 12 by 12 sheets. You get 12 by 12 sheets, 3 of each design. So there's the Peaceful Pine Dot, and I will tell you this is much sturdier vellum, very, very sturdy vellum. So that's great for card making. You can even use it for card bases. I've seen people use it as the card base. So there's that polka dot one in the Peaceful Pine. There's this floral design. This is a fresh freesia plaid. And then the overall design again, but much more concentrated than this one. So same flowers and leaves in both. I did watch the video that the artisan who designed this paper said she designed this sheet and spaced the pieces out so that people could fussy cut them and use them on their cards. So I thought that was a brilliant idea, because you can see how she's left lots of space around to cut out. So I haven't had a chance to use it, but I think it will be coming in my next class. All right, so that's still available. That was May's. That's $7 when you spend $100. You can still get that if you haven't had it. You can only have it once. So if you've already bought it like I have, I can't buy it again. Okay, and the new June product of the month is the Wild Bunch stamp set. And isn't it cute? Got all those critters on there. Okay, it is also $7 when you spend $100. You can add that on to your kit. Okay, I don't have that one yet, so it will be coming. All right, make sure you're checking the last chance list. I am using today the chevron ribbon, garden green chevron ribbon, 1/8 of an inch wide. That is on the last chance list. It was $11. It's now on for $9.90, so I am using that today. Sorry, I have a drink. And The card we're making is called a double Z fold. Oh, I forgot to mention something really important that just was announced yesterday. Free shipping is coming. I have a little note here. I'll stick it right here. Free shipping, June 11th to the 13th on a $100 or more order. So remember, if you spend $100, you can add on one of those product of the month things. All right, so that is something that's coming, June 11th to the 13th. Okay, sorry, I had that little Post-it note sticking there. I'm just gonna have a drink. All right, so today we're using Garden Green. I did have my ink out here so you could see it. We're using Garden Green. I'm also using Greenery Lane stamps and dies and the washi tape. I haven't done enough with this and I really wanted to use it. I am also using the Spotlight on Nature dies, and I am using this one right here. Okay, and the paper, the DSP I'm using is Nature Walk. And I've got some embellishments, and I already spoke about the ribbon. So let's have a look at what we've got here. Our card base is 4 1/4 by 11. You're scoring it at 2 3/4 and at 5 1/2. So it's going to be just a regular card this way, but this flap folds backwards, giving us our Z, right? I will move these off of here now. Okay, so there's that. But we also need another Z because I said it's a double Z. So we need a piece that is 3 1/4 by 9, scoring at 3 and at 6, and it folds the same way. It's a Z also. You can see I've done some preliminary stamping on it already. So it's going to go in the card like this, creating a double Z. Okay, then we need some designer series paper. So this piece, coming from the Nature Walk, it's that had the mossy meadow green on, and I guess old olive on this side, but this side is more the garden green. So this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. We need that. We also need another piece for the front of our Z fold, this piece here. So I am using the washi tape for this. So I put my washi tape onto a white cardstock, and that's just a piece of it. And it is 2 1/2 by 4. So I've got that. And I have a greeting. I told you I was using the Spotlight on Nature die, so the white die that I'm using, and I've already stamped it. And we need another white piece to do our writing on for the inside of the card. So this piece is 2 3/4 by 3, so it's not quite square, so you'll see it fits in only one way. And then I've got miscellaneous pieces of the washi tape. If you're familiar with the washi tape, it has a repeat of 10 inches on this one. So what I mean by that is if you cut a piece of white cardstock 10 inches by, the washi tape is 3 1/2. I always cut mine a little wider, my white piece, so that if I start and get it on a little crooked, that I have some forgiveness on the sides, and you can always trim those off after. But it ends up being 3 1/2 by 10. Now, this piece is just a leftover piece that I had. But what I did for my miscellaneous pieces that I'm going to use today is I mounted them on vellum. So it works the same way as a white piece of cardstock. You just put your washi tape onto the vellum piece and then cut them out using your dies. So they look a little lighter if you see them here. So I like the look of that, and I thought that was kind of an interesting look to use here. So I have a whole bunch of those pieces cut out from the vellum, and I'm going to use those to embellish my greeting. Okay, let's get to putting this together. Need my silicone mat here. I've gone a little squeegee here, sorry. So we'll move all these out of the way for now, and I don't need my ink because I've already done my stamping. Okay, so for this, I'm going to just mount this onto here. So I'm just going to glue it on. I better get my glue here. I'm going to use the green Tombow glue. Remember that this is not the washi tape. I mean, the back is the white paper, so that should glue on perfectly fine. And we can also glue our piece of designer series paper onto the inside of our card. That's where it's going. So I will do that. Just getting my glue running here. I haven't been down to use my supplies this morning yet, so there we go. Now just making sure that I'm putting this the right way, and it is just being centered on this front panel. So I'm just putting it on here with an equal border all the way around. And it just goes on like that. Easy. Okay, so there it is. That's pretty. And then we'll put this on the inside. So this fills the whole inside piece. And it will be partially covered up by your other Z, but that's okay. It still is a nice way to decorate your inside of your card. So there. So there's my pieces like that. Okay. Then our Z is going to go on. And the easiest way to do this that I found is this is going to be glued on the front here. And this is going to be glued on the inside. But how do you know where to put them? So what I do is I fold it up, just having this flap like that. Fold it up. I place it on here where I want it. And I'm looking at something like that maybe. Looking at the top and the bottom being even, and then just a little there. And I still can see this pretty good. And I'm thinking, here's my words that I'm going to put on there. So I think that looks pretty good. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to lift up my hand and I'm going to open this. It's just going to be attached to the vellum right there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down here like this. And that should be fine. Now you can add a little glue here because you know it's going to be right along here. That might be a good idea too. Okay, and just close it. Okay, you made sure that it was straight. Okay, and just close it like that. All right, then to do the other part, there we go, perfect. Now we want to glue that down, so all I'm going to do is flip this over, and I'm going to put glue all on the back of this, because we know this whole piece gets glued down. Just like that, and I'm just going to close my card. And because we had our first piece in the right spot, that will be in the right spot. Okay, so that's easy. So you can see the double Z there. Okay, all right, so here's our inside piece that you would stamp on if you wanted. I think I'm going to, now remember that it is not square, it's 2 3/4 by 3, so it only fits one way. So you can see it fits that way because this piece was 3 1/4, right? I'm going to, I hadn't decided what I wanted to put on the inside of this one because our Greenery Lane stamp set, I've used Love and Hugs for the front. It could be thank you. It could be here for you. It could be wishing you well. So I didn't know what I wanted to do, or I could choose a greeting, of course, from somewhere else. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my white piece in just with a little bit of Stamp and Seal, and then I can twist it off to take it out to stamp if I want. I could have stamped a leaf on there, and I thought about that after. Maybe should have stamped one of these leaves on. What I did for the stamping of this is I just picked one of my leaf stamps out of here. This one here is the one I used, and I used Garden Green ink, and I just stamped off once and then stamped, so it's just light, but it just gives it a little bit of interest because it would otherwise be just blank. Now I'll show you my other card that I made in my class, and that card we did something different, but I'll show you that after. So here's my greeting. And my thought was I would put it on, just center it on like that, and put some of these pieces on here. And use my garden green ribbon. I like this one because it's, oops, I can't pick it up here. I liked this one because it was actually, don't want that one. I think I want this one. Oh, so I've got a couple of these, sorry. So I have a couple of these I can put in. So you can just do that. And I just thought I would put my ribbon down there like that. I tied a double bow with this. So this piece of ribbon was 14 inches. And then I tied it double, and I will get my scissors to trim off the end there. I will put a glue dot on that so we can get it on kind of like the way it looks this way. So we'll put a glue dot on it, and it will be ready to go when we're ready to stick it on, like that. Okay, so I think I will just do my decorating off of here. And remember that these leaves can hang off of your greeting circle because you've got lots of room to work with. So I thought if I did them, I wondered, I've got all the different colors here. You can see this one was green and this one was sort of Lost Lagoon. I thought, which one do I want to use? Is this one darker? No, same. Okay, I think I will use that one like that. And then this one at the bottom. This is like flower arranging, which I'm not an expert at, that's for sure. Yeah, I think those look okay. Just have to decide how I want to do that. Sorry, my voice is going again. Another drink of hot tea there, that works. Now, being that this is done on vellum, you would think that your glue would show through, and it very well might, but however, we're not going to see that because we're going to put our bow on top. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue on the stems of these, and then we can tuck them in, okay? And glue our bow on top, stick our bow on top. So I think I'll do this one first, like that, and this one next. And they don't have to be exactly on top of each other or whatever. I'm going to tuck this one underneath here, just like that. Okay. Now that doesn't want to stick there very good. It's popping up. So I'm going to, you can see my stem is kind of popped up here. I'm going to just add a little more glue to that and put it back down. I don't want it to cover my words, but there, that's better. Putting it on there, and you see how it goes over our circle, but it's not going to go over our card, but it gives it a little bit of interest on that second Z where you're putting that. Now I've got my bow ready to go on. It's got a glue dot on the back. I'll just pick it up here with my take your pick tool. And I think, sorry, I will put this back here before I put it on so that I can see where I want it. I haven't done anything on dimensionals yet, so I'm thinking I will put this circle up on dimensionals. Just to give it a bit of added depth here. And take those backings off. All right. So I hope everybody's having a good week so far. Our weather here has been rainy and we've had just some colder days and it's just not been very pleasant. So we are hoping for some more sun. Now, I could put it like that and I'll trim off those ends. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to put it like this. Don't want it to cover my words, but there. And if you think that one glue dot isn't enough, you can always tuck in more. I'm going to cut these two ends off. About like that. Okay, there we go. There we go. So it opens like this, and you do your writing in here, of course. And it stands like that, which I love. I love the look of this card. It's got lots of character. All right, now I could have put one of these on there, but I don't like that it when it's closed that it shows. So that's up to you. If you wanted to add something, you could. All right, now I did bring in the faux bronze pentagons, and I thought they could go on here. They're quite dark. I'll just move this out of the way. Or I brought in the flower accents, these gold ones. They kind of brighten it up, don't they? I think I will use those only because they do brighten it up. Now, you could use pearls, you could use rhinestones. We have all of those things too. So I'm going to pop this off of here. And I'm thinking I will put the large one right. Get it off my take your pick tool. Put it right down there. And they come in two sizes. So you've got a large and smalls. So because I think we'll maybe put one there and one over here. There we go. So there we go. There's our card. Double Z fold. Looks fancy, not hard to put together once you get your measurements right. And you could do many, many different things. I will show you my sample or the card that we did in our class. One of my classes a while back. This was the card we used, and you'll recognize this paper. And it's all in strawberry slush. Now you can see with I added an extra layer here on this second Z fold with the two-tone strawberry slush paper. And I sanded a little bit so that it came through. So that's another way to do it, where you can add, I stamped on this one, added an extra layer here. So those layer pieces would be exactly the same size as your white piece, which was 2 3/4 by 3, if you needed to add them. Okay, so that one, again, stands like that. So 2 different cards, but I really want to use the washi tape because I haven't used it a lot. And I hope that people have used it and are having fun with it because it really is a great product and you sure get a lot of it. I haven't used very much and I still have lots left there. So those are our cards for today, double Z fold. Thanks for bearing with me with my voice going. And I think that's going to be it for me today. I hope everybody has a great week and I hope to see you next week.